So you're telling me I can rent the Wienermobile. But what I'm curious about is, do you have, like, if I rent the Wienermobile, can I drive it? No. I mean, so I'm just riding on a wiener. No, I'm good. All right, I appreciate you. Thank you. I got to go. All right, bye. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack, and this is my little corner of the interwebs. Look, I'm already starting off with technical problems. Got to get it in focus so you can see I didn't shave today. Thank you for being here. This is my little show, my little corner of YouTube, and I appreciate you guys showing up. Lots to get to today. Holy crap, we got a lot of sports, don't we? And yeah. We got to talk about these Rockets. And I know you guys are going to be upset with me because in the thumbnail, we're going to talk about trading James Harden. We're going to talk about what's the deal with these Rockets. What's the next steps? What's the next move? We're going to get to that. We're going to talk NFL. We're going to talk Tom Brady's sex life. We're going to talk candles that smell like jock straps. Look at all the shit I have planned for you. I shouldn't say shit. Shit's probably a strong word. It's a lot of stuff. A lot of good stuff. We got Rockets, NBA, NFL, Brady's pregame sex. We need to talk about this ASMR stuff. I'll give you the whole backstory on that. I stumbled into some weird shit with this ASMR. So we're going to go into details on that. That'll probably consume a lot of time in the second hour. We're going to have videos and audio of it, and it got fucking weird. But there's football-themed candles that smell like jockstraps. Reese's is shoving potato chips inside a candy. All this and more, and so much more on the show. But you guys know we got to get it started by saying what's up to the chat, folks. I saw that the Reverend Lord moderator Chris Householder was first again. Y'all can't handle Chris. I'm telling you right now, the man is on his game. If I was keeping a tally of how many people got first, Chris is the leader in the clubhouse by far. So y'all need to step your game up. So what's up to him? What's up to P. Jones? Chris Davis. Oh, we're going to talk Chris Davis. I saw your messages. I want to see how far Barry goes with this trade James Harden bullshit. Oh, we're going to get there, buddy. Oh, we're going to get there. Some feelings are going to be hurt. Some logic is going to be used. Which all of you guys that are, that's stupid. Just think logically about this for a second. Terrence J, what's up? Reverend Chris Householder already got you. Francisco Abarca is in High, Texas. H-Y-E, Texas, not H-I-G-H. I guess that's high. I don't know. Richard Vales, what's up, buddy? Virginia Buttonweed, I have an answer to your question. Okay? Who else here? Wallace Wills. What's up, dude? I don't know why I just had food come out of my mouth. What the hell? All right, that's good. Fidel Lamone, what's up, buddy? Who else? It's a busy chat. Clarence Marshall, what it do? Who dat? You knew he was going to come in with a Saints reference. Brendan Martinez, Aaron Little, what's up? Yuri Villanueva, Cowboy fam. CC, hi, CC. Sorry about last night. We'll talk about it. Although I did see you found some new drink to fall in love with, so that's good. Charles Garza, what's up? Santos Martinez, what's up, dude? Keith Sager, Mimi, hi, Mimi. How are you, sweetie? Where we at? Keith Sager, Vincent Lucio, what's up, buddy? Oh, we even got a fancy new, what's it called? Look, right there. Okay, I can't do the goddamn pointing thing. Look, he's got a new avatar. Good for you, Vicente. That feels weird calling you. I'm just going to call you Junior. I don't give a fuck. Pingo Candy, what's up, sweet girl? How are you? Sergio M, Donna, my sweet Donna, and Jen, back to back. All the ladies in the house. Hi, Jen. Eric Elman, what's up, dude? Gregory Vega Jr., John Dory. Okay, the gang's here now. Truck driver Pookie, G-Man, I like it. At first, I was like, there's like four. Oh, Deanna Taylor, hi, sweetie. There's like Theo, what's up? Walt, my dude Walt, Marsha, all the ladies are here. I love it. Including Aaron J. Bryant. Just kidding, buddy. You know I love you. Amos Johnson, what's up? Jeff Bell, my dude, what up? Rick C is in the building. Who else? Robert likes beer. AMSR is creepy. It's very fucking creepy. Jeff Bell with the super chat. Oh shit, right off the bat. Jeff Bell with $20. He says, can I get the lights changed to orange and blue for my Broncos tonight? If you guys didn't know the rules, $20, we change the lights, whatever color you want for the hour. Jeff Bell, you got it, my friend. Let's do it. Orange and blue for the Broncos. Let's see here. We're going to go orange on this side and blue on that side. And then we'll do blue up there. How about that? How about we just turn that one off? Is that better? Look at that. It's Broncos Nation up in this bitch. At least for an hour. Appreciate you supporting the show, Jeff Bell. Very kind of you. Yeah, see that? I hoard out the lights. I need a screen I could put like, hey, you get something on the screen too. But this is a good start. This is Broncos Nation. Which, by the way, you know, everybody has that one team that they root for that's not their home team, their main team, but there's like a peripheral team that you're always like, oh, that's cool. Mine was the Broncos for a really, really long time, Jeff. And the reason it was the Broncos, not Elway, not TD. At one point in the middle, when I was an Oilers fan, I saw a highlight of a Denver Bronco that did a flip in the end zone after a touchdown. He did a backflip. And then I was like, well, I'm a Broncos fan now. That guy just did a fucking backflip. I'm into that. So I literally, that was one of my teams because one of their players did a backflip and I saw it. So that's how weird I am, okay? So yeah, go Broncos, all right? Frank Ruiz, Alan Denson, Andy Huggins in the building. Look, oh, Jenny's mom is here. Oh shit, the gang is really all here. Okay, so let's get to some of this because we need to talk about, was it Atwater that did the backflip? Okay, good looking out, Clarence. All right, first of all, shout out to my chat moderators, Luis DeLea, Jeremy Binniger, Chris Householder. Thank you guys for holding it down in the chat. Now, what's up, D-Modded? Now, let's talk about some things to the show, specific to the show. I always start off with show updates. One of the things we do on occasion is going through some shit. When sometimes there are deckheads in the deckhead family that are going through some shit. So I just want to say a shout out. If you pray for these folks. If you don't pray, give a positive thought. Put up a positive thought for these folks. But Eric Ailman is in the chat today. He is going through some shit. I'm not going to put his business out there, but he could use your prayers. And he could use your help mentally. So if you pray for the man. And give him a shout out in the chat and tell him you're thinking about him. Same thing with Steven Uzik, also going through some shit. So when you have a moment, just, send one up for him as well. But those two guys going through some shit, it's never fun. And the Deckhead family is here for you guys. Let us know if you need anything. Now, number 2 on the list. Let's talk about these flowers, since Jenny's mom is in the chat, okay? I'm trying to remember when she got COVID. See, D-Mata, you got to mind your business, bro. I'm on this, all right? I'm on this. You and Virginia Buttonweed and everybody else, they've been riding my ass about these flowers. So if you don't know what's going on, Jenny's mom, who was my mom, who is in the chat, got COVID. She done fucked around and got COVID. July 8th. It's right there. July 8th. Jenny's mom fucked around and got COVID. My stepdad got COVID. We were worried. Shut up, house. So, the deckheads, being the kind, generous, wonderful human beings that you are, some of you, I think VB and a few others, you all pitched in money and said, buy your mom some flowers. It'll make her feel better while she's sick. And me being me, I'm busy. I forget. I didn't spend the money. I just kept forgetting. And then it just became where y'all wouldn't leave me the fuck alone about the flowers. So the answer to your questions is, yeah, she got the flowers. All right. So there is Jenny's mom. Yeah, Donna want to hear that. Listen, there is Jenny's mom. There are her flowers that the deckheads bought. Lovely, lovely flowers. Look amazing. And I think she was really happy. And in true fashion, I sent in the card, I said, get well soon. I mean, that's what they were for. And I realize now she doesn't have COVID and she got the flowers yesterday. But, she should have got them on Saturday. Funny story about that. So I went to the website to order. Oh, look, see? Look, Jenny is mom. They were so beautiful. Thank you, deckheads. Aw, look at old Jenny. Look at old Jenny. Ah, yeah, she did look pretty. I'm not gonna lie. Old mom's still has it. Can you believe that she is 113 years old in this picture? Can you believe that? 113. She doesn't look a day over 110. Mother, you know I love you. You're a beautiful woman. I'm telling you right now, if I look half this good when I am my mother's age, I will consider myself blessed. This woman is beautiful. She's been beautiful my whole life. And, I'm very proud of her. So she's the best. She's 74. Looks really good. I mean, doesn't look 74. Yeah, so what was I going to tell you guys? P. Jones, you kissed my ass. He said, bro, your mom was beautiful. What the hell happened to you? I got my dad's looks, all right? That's an ugly son of a bitch. Let me tell you right now. So here's what happened about the flowers. I ordered the flowers on Saturday. Everybody was riding my ass. They're like, hey, you got to get these flowers. And I said, okay, goddammit, I'm ordering the flowers this weekend. I had made a things to do list. This is what I live off of. Look, this is my things to do list. Look at this stuff. Order flowers. Number 1, goddammit. Email Jen and David about renewals. Email Jen's choice for the gift card. Email the Hemp Vita invoice. Order cable ties. Try the eggnog video and do some TikTok videos. This is my things to do list of just one of them. I have a digital one as well. But order flowers was number 1 on my list. So I ordered the flowers. And in doing so, I had them delivered to my house on accident. Look, I got confused. I saw the website. It said, put in your info. I put the person's delivery. Now, what's weird is I put in my address by mistake. Damn you, autofill. But I put in her phone number. So I'm sitting here working. Nora is like, who's this lady at the door, babe? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, there's some lady on the driveway walking up to the door. I look and it's the flower lady. I was like, oh, fuck. I knew immediately I'd fucked up. So then they call my mom and we're like, hey, we just wanted to let you know you're the contact info for this delivery. Could you please let Barry Laminack know he has a delivery on his front porch? My mom was like, what? Why? It's weird. So I fucked it all up. But the good thing is I end up having to take the flowers to her. So we got to hang out and talk for a little while and catch up. So that was actually a good thing. So you deckheads are bringing us together because I probably wouldn't have went over this weekend. I either sleep or work on the show. It's what I do. No, I took them over. Shut up, Virginia Buttonweed. So Deanna Taylor was no cable ties for what? Here, I'll show you, Deanna. Look, you want to see? I'll give you a tour of the BiffNet studios if this doesn't unplug. That's going to be the key here, is not unplugging. Do you see how neat that looks behind there? Awesome. Do you see this? So here's my microphone, right? And then the cable used to just hang there. But now it's up underneath there. So you don't see it anymore in the office. Huh? That's fancy. Also, really boring, right? Didn't care, did you? Well, you asked. I showed. But that's what the cable ties were for. Clean this place up. It's a goddamn wreck. It was a goddamn wreck. So, anyways, the point being, thank you guys for the flowers. Jenny's mom has them. She loved them. They smelled amazing. You guys are awesome. And we all appreciate you. Okay. T-Mata. I'm going to read this and then we're moving on. He said, you know what? I just realized if one of the deckheads passes away, it'd be 3 months before we could get the flowers. You kiss my ass, T-Mata. All right, guys, we have got to talk sports because there is a shitload to talk about. First of all, this sucks. Colts lose running back Marlon Mack for the season because of a torn Achilles. That's according to a source with inside information. Now, that hasn't been confirmed yet, but I think it stands to reason he's obviously injured. And yeah, this sucks for the Colts. It's a big blow. Also a really big blow for my fantasy team. I had Marlon Mack on there, and I was counting on him to be a sleeper pick, even though he had a good year. Not going to happen now. Vander Esch likely out 6 to 8 weeks. I think it could have been worse. I think that's probably best case scenario at this point, but sucks for Dallas. They also lost their tight end. Milwaukee Bucks have told Giannis that they will spend to build around him. And you might be asking, well, why is this significant? Look, I'm going to get the mic out of here. Oh, I got a new boom arm for the mic as well. The other one broke. You might be asking, why is this significant with Giannis? Well, one of the things that happened is when the season ended, he went to Instagram and unfollowed all of his teammates and the team. And so, of course, everyone immediately looks into that and goes, that's not a good thing. And this is the era we live in. You know, used to you get rumors through the rumor mill. Now you just see who they follow and unfollow on Twitter and Instagram and shit. And that's how we determine what's going on inside the locker room. Don't put a lot of stock into it. But the Bucks are saying, yes, we will spend money to support you, Giannis. So please don't leave us. The Saints and Bears pursued Tom Brady during the offseason. Had he not been a Buck, he very well could have been a Saint or playing with the Bears, which the Bears would have made sense. The Saints, I think what they meant was if Drew Brees retired, then Tom Brady would have been in consideration for the Saints job. So Drew Brees did not retire, ergo Tom Brady was not pursued by the Saints, but it was on the table if Drew Brees walked away. So, last thing, the NFL had 0 positive COVID test results ahead of week 1, which is actually a pretty big deal when you consider that they don't have a bubble. It's a pretty good thing for them, especially when you consider how many people are on a team, how many people support a team. Pretty good on their part. So props to them for getting it done. And by the way, they issued a mandate where they said all coaches must wear their masks on the sidelines or there will be consequences and repercussions. They were looking at the game last night where Sean McVay had his mask down around his neck and not over his face, as a few other coaches did as well. So NFL not having it. All right. So they had, and I don't know if you knew this or not, but they had 3 choices for masks. They had the Gator masks, the regular masks, and then they had this option that Andy Reid wore where he looks like the dumbest welder ever. He looks like a broke-ass Iron Man. It looks like, I saw somebody tweet me and say, this is what it would look like to be on the other side of the buffet. You know, the sneeze guard? So good. But that was an issue for him. So I bet you he switches to a regular mask. And by the way, can I just point out, I asked my wife about this and she was like, yeah, that's pointless. That literally does nothing for anybody. Yes, it covers your eyes, but the droplets, the what you're concerned about, the COVID droplets, so to speak, yeah, they're getting out everywhere. So that mask does literally shit. Without a regular mask over his face, it's not helping. Now, if you wear a mask and goggles, not only do you protect your fellow man, but you are now protecting yourself. That's why you'll hear people say, well, a mask doesn't protect you, but yes, it will protect others. The reason it doesn't protect you, the eyes. So if you wore a mask and goggles that didn't allow the COVID killer droplets to get in your eyeballs, then you would be protected as well. But since we don't wear goggles, the mask is to protect our fellow human beings, I guess. It's what they say. I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor. Let me see. Where is this? I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Sean Payton had his mask off several times as well. Yeah, that's why they're saying, O'Brien, our coach is by a guy who can't see his playbook. Oh, I got to read these before I read them out now. Wow. VB, that was out of nowhere. Listen. Okay. I'll just ignore VB's post. Y'all, let's talk about your Rockets. What is that noise? Do y'all hear that humming? It's the yard people. I don't know if you can hear it or not. I'm trying to be quiet. Let's see. Of course, as soon as I get quiet, they stop. Now, let's talk about your Rockets because there's problems. Number one, if you didn't hear, if you've been living under a rock, the Rockets lost. They're out. They get the gentleman's sweep by the Lakers. Win game 1, lose games 2 through 5. It's over with. I thought they would be bounced in 6. Clarence and several others said 5. They were correct on that. The bigger news, though, is that once the season was over, Mike D'Antoni said he would not be back. And when asked about that before the game, they were talking. He was saying, "Listen, the Rockets had said we would love to have Mike D'Antoni back. We would love to sign a long-term deal with him." And D'Antoni said, "I'll make that decision when the season's over." Let's start with Mike D'Antoni, because we'll get to James Harden and all that bullshit in a second. But let's start with the mismanagement, the mishandling of Mike D'Antoni. Who are we going to blame for this? Because at the end of the day, someone mismanaged this whole thing with Mike D'Antoni. Was it Daryl Morey? Was it Tillman Fertitta? I don't know. The thing is, they had an opportunity to lock him up long term, and they chose not to. They didn't want to pay. They wanted to see what happened. They wanted him on the hot seat. They thought that would motivate him. They thought that would make him coach better, I guess. And the thing about it is, what they've done is they painted him into a corner and they painted themselves into a corner. Because at the time, when they weren't offering him an extension, there were no gigs out there to be had. There were no jobs for Mike D'Antoni to go, well, if you fire me, I'll go get this one. There was nothing that he would have wanted. So he was kind of like, oh shit, I hope I hang on to my job here. Fast forward a year, and the coaching job that he did, which was, I thought, a really good job this year. You fast forward this year, and now Sixers, Pelicans, who else? OKC. All these jobs begin to open up. And now all of a sudden, he's holding all the cards. Because now he can be a free agent and go get a job somewhere else. And even with a team that might be close to contending like Philly or Indy, or he could go to Chicago. So not that they're a contender, but the thing is, someone mismanaged it. If you feel like Mike D'Antoni was part of the small ball glue, you should have done everything you could. If you were going to manage this roster in a way that said, this is what we're going to do, this is the direction we're going, we believe in it, the numbers say small ball is the answer, you should have locked Mike D'Antoni up last year when you had the opportunity. So I don't know if it was Daryl Morey or Tillman Fertitta, but one of them screwed this up royally. I have a hunch it was both of them. I have a hunch that they thought, listen, the numbers are the numbers. The coaches just do their thing. As long as we shoot threes, we're fine. Well, we're going to find out now. We're going to find out. And there's been a lot of talk about who replaces him. The number one name on the list that I've seen is Ty Lue, and I could not be more of opposed to bringing in Ty Lue. I don't think he's a good basketball coach. I think that LeBron James made him look like a good basketball coach. LeBron James makes everybody look like a good basketball coach, except Eric Spoelstra, who has proven to be a good basketball coach after that big three left in Miami. For me, there's a few names out there that I think would make sense. I don't think Jeff Van Gundy makes sense, by the way. Don't say JVG. Don't say JVG. Van Gundy doesn't make sense. There's talks, I've seen names including Sam Cassell. Makes sense for a couple of different reasons, including his ties to Houston. All right. Becky Hammon. In today's era of basketball, in today's era of social inequity, Becky Hammon makes sense for a lot of reasons. It'll never happen, though. And the reason I think it wouldn't happen is I don't think there are some players on that team that would not be okay with that. Just my opinion. But when you talk about the people, the players that have played for her, the stars that have played for her, they say she is an absolute beast, that she is a legitimate head coaching candidate and should be one day in the league and will be one day. I like it. Now, no, not AJ Hinch, Brandon Martinez. Sam Cassell. I think you don't, everyone chill the fuck out. I think you take a look at Billy Donovan. And I forget the guy's name, the assistant coach. He's been there through McHale and what's his name? But they said he basically ran the offense from Mike D'Antoni a lot of the times. And I'm just blanking on his name, but there is a current assistant coach for the Rockets that's an up-and-coming coach as well. So I don't know who it's going to be. I saw a whole list of candidates, and it's just basically every name that's available. I saw the dude that everybody says I look like, Knicks. Oh, what's his damn name? Fizdale? Was it Fizdale? No. Who's the dude I look like that y'all say I look like? Yeah, David Fizdale. That's another name I saw, which I think I would be okay with. I don't think JVG fits. I think you're gone the opposite direction. So I don't think he fits. Chris Finch. KD says Chris Finch. Yep. So don't get me started, Luis Delea. Okay. I think you've got to do more than just replace Mike D'Antoni. At this point, here I made a list of questions for you about the Rockets. Is it time to blow the whole thing up? Can they win with small ball? Bigger question. Can they win with James Harden? What do you do now? And then we talked about who mismanaged the Mike D'Antoni situation. Can they win with James Harden? Can this man lead them to, I don't know what happened there. Can this man on your screen lead this team to an NBA title with the likes of Giannis and LeBron and AD and Durant and Steph out in Golden State when they're going to be better next year? Do you think this man has the competitive fire and the competitive spirit and the ability and the commitment and the intensity to lead this team to a title? And if your answer is yes, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay? The answer is no. He does not have all of those traits. And we can talk about a hamstring away. We don't know if they win a title. You don't know if they win that game. There's no guarantee that they win that game. I don't believe that James Harden is the answer to winning a title. And I knew. So Katie and I are probably going to argue quite a bit right now because I know he is on the complete opposite end of this, and that's fine. But here, let me explain my side of this first, and then I'll go to the chat. I'm going to pause the chat right here. Let me explain some things to you. And I have my notes in front of me that I wrote down as well because I didn't want to forget any of these talking points. And you guys have heard me now. Somebody jumped my ass on Twitter and said, oh, this is what you do when you want attention. You tweet something like trade James Harden. Although what he didn't realize is I've been saying you trade James Harden for over a year now. They're not going to win a championship with James Harden. And the reason isn't because he's not a prolific scorer. He is. The reason is his commitment, his intensity, his desire to actually win, and his ability to lead. He's not a good leader. He's not a good leader of men. He's not a good leader on the court or off the court. His lack of commitment at times is atrocious. Did you see the lackluster performance in the last two games, this series against the Lakers? Did you also watch their leader, their LeBron James, take over? So you got one guy who has no intensity and Crazy Russ who just steps on his own foot half the time. And then you look at a guy like LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant. Guys that when it's time to those are guys that you look at and go, yes, I can win a championship with them. Because when the lights are the brightest and it means the most, they step up. Their intensity level goes up with their performance and they make the team around them even better. James doesn't do that. James wants his points. James is me first. That's it. And if you don't see that and you don't believe that, you are not paying attention or you don't want to believe it. There are people within that organization. There are people in the national media that played basketball that will tell you they've watched this team and it's a selfish team. Kenny Smith said it on TNT. He said until, I think it was game 4, he watched them arguing about defense. He said, that's the first time since I've been watching this team as constructed argue about something besides you didn't set a pick for me or I was open and you didn't pass me the ball. That's all James Harden. That's all his fault. This guy is a prolific scorer. He is not a leader. He is not a champion. It's time. It's time to move on from the James Harden era. You have tried and tried and tried. You got to the Western Conference Championship twice and lost. Once with Dwight, once with Chris Paul. You didn't do jack shit with 2 MVPs on the court. Nothing. He got his guy, though, and that's it. You look, they couldn't make it work with Dwight Howard. You couldn't make it work with Chris Paul. He's had 3, that was a weird way, he's had 3 superstars as supporting cast for him. He's had 3 co-superstars, Dwight Howard, Chris Paul, and Russell Westbrook, and didn't do jack shit with any of them. But they've all, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with Westbrook, but the other 2 stars left town, including Carmelo Anthony, and people were like, why would you want to play with James Harden? James Harden is all about James Harden. Period. That's it. 2 different coaches now have come and gone in the James Harden era. Both of them got to the Western Conference Finals and lost. 3 superstars. Look at how many trades and supporting cast members Daryl Morey has moved to try to make this team a winner. What's the 2 constants that have been this team in the last 7 years? 6 years, however long James has been here. 6 years? Maybe longer than that. 2 constants on this team. James Harden and Daryl Morey. Everything else has changed. Even the fucking owner changed. Owner, coaches, co-stars, supporting cast, assistant coaches. They fired Mike D'Antoni's assistants. We don't want none of those guys. Remember that? Remember that? Which also pissed off MDA, which is also why he's not here willing to bet you that. They make all these changes, but the 2 things that have not changed in all of these years, the GM and James. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think Daryl Morey is bad at his job. I think Daryl Morey, most of the time, turns water into wine, turns lemons into lemonade. He finds diamonds in the rough. Does he miss on occasion? Yeah, every GM does. But he keeps feeding superstars, co-stars to James, coaches. Oh, you want an offensive-minded coach, James? Here you go. Talk to people inside the organization. They'll tell you everything that occurs in that organization happens at the behest of James Harden. We don't want to run this. We want to run that because it's about his points. It's about his ego. It's about feeding his ego. This is not a champion. This is a guy that wants his numbers, wants his money, and wants to be immortalized in the Hall of Fame as a great player. He doesn't give a shit about winning championships. If he did, you would see the effort on the court more. You have to shame this man into playing defense. You have to make YouTube clips of his shitty defensive performances to shame this man into committing on the defensive end. Champions you didn't have to shame Michael Jordan into doing shit. Whatever note that I have, that's it. So yes, it's time. Now, who do you trade? Who do you get him for? Look, there's talks about them breaking things up in Philly. You know, could you go out and get a Joel Embiid or a Ben Simmons and start from there? You're talking about 2 guys that also struggle to perform well and stay healthy. I'll tell you what, a name that keeps popping up that I really like, Buddy Hield out in Sacramento. Might not be a bad place to start if you could figure out how to make that happen. Maybe ship Russ off somewhere else where they need a crazy point guard. Add somebody to the mix with Buddy Hield. Maybe, you know what? I wouldn't be opposed to the Rockets saying, Buddy Hield, Joel Embiid, let's see what happens. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Anything is better than banging your head against the wall. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. This team is insanity, and it's time to move on. Now let's get to the chat, and I will address whoever's talking shit. I'll ignore anyone that agrees with me because I don't want to say how smart you guys are. But let's see here. Uh-oh. Clarence is drinking with CC. Let's see. What makes you think trading Harden will make the Rockets win a ring? You're not going to trade him for any of the players you named who are currently winning rings. This whole topic is flawed. Actually, the whole topic isn't flawed. The whole topic isn't flawed at all. I mean, didn't Toronto trade for Kawhi Leonard and won a ring? It can be done. The deals are out there. Hell, DeMar DeRozan in San Antonio may not be a thing. Maybe you start there and add Bradley Beal. Try that. I don't know. I'm just telling you, there are stars out there. There are people out there. You know, everyone's like, well, but you won't win as much. Well, it doesn't. If you're not getting to the finals, what the fuck does it matter if you go 1, 2, or 3 rounds deep in the playoffs? Losing is losing. I mean, at this point, yeah, I get it. Those 3 are the creme de la creme. But you think Golden State wasn't Golden State before they built what they built? You can build a winner. You can build champions. But you got to have the right guys to do it with the right pedigree. And James doesn't have that pedigree. We've seen it. He's proven it. And I will say this about James. I will say this about him. Because Donna gave me shit. She was like, bro, you were just singing his praises. Don't mistake what I'm saying here about him and his ability to win championships for what I think the performances that he did is for individually in the playoffs. He was committed in games 1 and 2 defensively. He's the only one that showed up and scored points in the closeout game. He had 30. Russ had 10. There was one guy in the starting 5 that scored in double digits on that team. That whole team quit. That whole team was awful. And you know what? It starts and ends with the leader. And if you got a guy that's like, well, I got my 30, what'd y'all do? That's not team basketball. Would you rather have seen James get 30 and they get bounced and you feel good because your superstar tried? Or would you rather see him get 15, get the rest of the team involved, commit more on the defensive end, and maybe have a shot at extending that to a game 6? So this effort was there. I mean, credit where credit is due. James put in points in every game. He played his ass off in some of those games. But there was a game 4 and game 5 where his effort on the defensive side of the ball was lacking. And that's the difference between him and guys that win championships. And that's why it's time to move on. Got to give Westbrook more than a shortened season to see if it works. I've seen all I need to see of Russell Westbrook. Where's the triple double? Where's the rebounding prowess? Where's the assists? All I see is crazy Russ. You never know. I mean, 1 minute he drives to the basket and he looks like no one can stop him, and then next minute he's throwing the ball away and losing games for you with 2 seconds to go. Russ is too crazy for me. He's too inconsistent for me. When he's great, he's great. But when he's not, he's awful. And you're not getting the MVP Russ because, again, you've got a guy that Harden wanted, handpicked. That's my best friend. We grew up together. So bring in another guy that's stats first, and let's see how it goes. You got 2 guys that are stats first, but they don't give a shit because they're friends. So they can both be stats first. It's just not going to work. MDA is the blame for Carmelo, not Harden. Don't be so sure about that. Harden gets paid like a super megastar, but plays like he's Eric fucking Gordon. Fact. Oh, I said I wouldn't say anything that people agreed with. Chris Davis said, what the hell? So he is supposed to go back and train more? He can't rest and have fun? I don't know what that means. Harden wants scoring titles, not NBA titles. Okay. Fire clutch. There's that. I'm trying to catch up. I'm way behind on the chat. And I'm reading on the fly, so I apologize. But I knew this was going to be a passionate topic. How many times have the Rockets with Harden been favorites in a playoff series and lost? Sometimes others are just better. Maybe 2? Again, and if we're going to use that, we can use that for Mike D'Antoni as well. I mean, you know, people love to shit on his record in the postseason. Do you know how many head coaches there have been? I looked this up last night. Do you know how many head coaches there have been in the NBA? Over 330. Do you know how many have won titles? 30-something. It ain't that fucking easy. If it was, everybody would get one. But when your superstar isn't as committed as you'd like it. Remember the series, what was it, 1 or 2 years ago, of the picture of D'Antoni on the bench spinning his clipboard on his finger and Harden just looking off like, I'm so ready for this to be over with. You remember that? That was the moment when I knew that James Harden isn't a championship caliber player. At least not now. Maybe if you pair him up with someone that gets his ass together and he's now second fiddle. Maybe if you put James with LeBron, sure he could win. But fuck, he was with KD and Russ and they couldn't. KD said, that's the problem. People don't like Harden, so they equate it to he's not a winner. At the same time, y'all call CP3 a winner. I never called CP3 a winner. I don't think anybody accused CP3 of being a winner. He's a better leader. I wouldn't say winner. Whereas Harden could have dreamed Karl Malone, Magic Johnson, and people will still say Harden needs help. I'm trying to find some good. I feel like Katie's and No Ma'am is the ones that are arguing. Toronto traded for a disgruntled player. You're going to bank it all on a disgruntled player to come about? No, they traded. Yeah, they traded for a disgruntled player that was not happy with the way things were going, but he had a championship pedigree, and a change of scenery can do you some good. Yeah. If the Clippers were like, hey, let's say this. The Bucks come a-calling. Hey, Giannis for James. Giannis isn't happy. We're going to lose him. We don't want to lose him. We don't want to get nothing for him. We'll trade you Giannis for James. Fuck yeah, I'm doing that. If Giannis is disgruntled in Milwaukee, fuck yeah. In a heartbeat. Hashtag Houston said I'd take Ben Simmons and Thibault for Harden and start over. Ship Russ for role players and expiring deals. Yeah, you got to get out from under some of that money. Eric Gordon's one of them for sure. If you think Morey is wrong about the draft and not keeping those good picks, that's what KD said. I think Morey is wrong about the draft and not keeping those good picks. I tend to, and you probably know this, KD, but I tend to believe that you don't necessarily, it's rare that you see teams build solely through a draft in the NBA. It's rare. And if you have, the 12th pick or the 10th pick. Now, if you have the number 1 pick and you hit, sure. But it's, you look at Golden State, you go, wow, they did a really good job drafting that team and building it through the draft. But it's rare that you see teams build based solely on draft picks. If you can get proven commodities for those draft picks, I am a guy that has always said I would much rather have a proven commodity in the NBA than a draft pick. Who else? All right, some of y'all are just fucking around. It's fine. I feel like I need to be talking to somebody else besides KD. What is this? LFG Media. Where's that? A hard reset is exactly what this team needs. There's not a point to continue this bullshit as campaign where they come up short every year. I mean, it's kind of what I'm saying. By this definition, only 5 players in the NBA have a winner mentality. That's not true. Plenty of them. That's not true. Trucker Taco said, would it be better to trade Harden for draft picks and build that way? Not necessarily. I think it depends on what you do. Do you think Crazy Russ can win with somebody? Are you going to keep Russ? Again, the only constants on this team through all of these playoff failures has been James Harden on the court. That's the one constant. And PJ Tucker, who seems to disappear significantly at times in the playoffs. For all the hustle they talk about, he seems to disappear too. So would I trade and start over? I don't know. Do you think I wouldn't try to rebuild with draft picks. I would try to get younger. I would try to find the next. Okay, this is going to sound contradictory, but understand the point I'm making. When Daryl Morey went out and made a trade with Oklahoma City to get James Harden, he went out and got a 6th man. He went out and got a guy that was coming off the bench that, for all intents and purposes, could have been a starter in a lot of places. But he eyed him and said, I think I can win with that guy. He fits the mold of what our analytical style is. So do that again. Go find the next James. Go find the next star in waiting. Maybe he's got a better killer instinct. Maybe he gives you better effort. Maybe he has the drive and desire to make his teammates better at the same time and not be so selfish. Katie, define good. Who gives a shit? What's good? Katie says, you trade Harden. I don't think the Rockets will be good for a long time. Well, one, it depends on who you get. And number 2, define good. Getting bounced in the second round of the playoffs every year? That's what you want. That's what you're happy with. That's not the point of this. The point is to try to win a championship. So after a certain amount of time, you look at it and go, well, this ain't happening. Let's fucking try it again. Let's try something new. White Magic said, if I'm the GM, I blow it all up completely, get out from under everything, and almost do what Philly did. It's going to take 5 years, but trust the process. Amen to that. I would rather do that. I would rather do what the Celtics did. Get you the right coach. With the right coach and the right amount of draft picks. Now, Danny Ainge did some amazing things with the Celtics. From when they had their stars, won a championship, they blew it up, they started over, a few years of pain, but they did it the right way. And I believe Daryl will find the right guys. I think he's a good GM. I think he's a good GM. He can't get on the court and play, but he can put the right players in place. LFG said, for Harden, it really feels like too little too late. And Katie said, I don't think Harden is the sole problem for the Rockets. Well, then what is it? The supporting cast has changed. The coaches have changed. The co-stars have changed. If you don't think, what do you think it is then? So, man, we spent a lot of time on that. Let me, before we get too much further, I do want to tell you guys about Hemp Vita. Let's do Hemp Vita. Yeah, listen. You need to relax. I need to relax. We all need to relax. And one way you can do that is get more sleep. And one way to get more sleep is to go to sleep earlier. Sometimes it's hard. I get it. But have you tried Hemp Vita's gummies? Man, they really help me sleep. They help Chris Householder sleep. They help a bunch of the deckheads get better sleep. Once I tried them and it worked, I was like, holy cow, this stuff is amazing. Guys, I'm telling you right now, Hemp Vita has been a great solution for me and the problems in my life and Nora's life, and I think you should consider it as well, especially if you have any of the following issues, because CBD has been known to help with some of the following plus more: inflammation, pain relief. So maybe you've got sore ankles or muscles, or you got knee pain that you can't seem to get rid of. Try their gel, see if it works for you. Jenny, his mom, who's in the chat, fell on her shoulder. Had a lot of issues on it, said that when she put the CBD gel from Hemp Vita on there, it was actually she used the lotion, but she said it felt better than when she would go to physical therapy. Look, ping on Katie's in the chat. She'll tell you the gummies. Look at that. She put heart faces on the gummies. The gummies help you sleep. They help me sleep. You should at least try it if you're having trouble sleeping. And also CBD helps with insomnia, anxiety, seizures, helps you relax more. Give them a try. Go to hempvitacbd.com right now. When you check out, use promo code DECKHEAD15. You're going to save 15%. And please don't worry, there is no THC in their products, so you should not get popped for a drug test. It's completely safe to use. Check with your doctor, but I highly recommend it. And hey, listen, do me one more favor. Let's talk about the Boiling Dragon. If you want some of the freshest seafood with an Asian twist in the city of Houston, check them out. They're kind of new to town. But man, they said they have really been enjoying the support that the local community down in Pearland has given them. If you're south of I-10, try the Boiling Dragon. Of all the seafood places in the city, 3 of them advertise on this show. And the first 2 that I've told you about, Crab Kings and Dan's, you guys have loved. So do me a favor. Go hit up the Boiling Dragon. I think you're going to love it. Their hours of operation are on the screen. Their phone number is on the screen. And if you'll go to their Facebook and Instagram, which is at Boiling Dragon, you can find out what the off-the-menu chef specials are every other week, because they do that every other week. They're known for stuff like their shrimp crab puffs, their Brussels sprouts, their catfish and shrimp baskets, their gumbo. They've got chowder fries, which everybody keeps asking me about. I may have to make a trip down to Pearland from spring just to try these chowder fries, because everybody keeps asking about them, and I'd like to be able to answer you. So maybe Nora and I will make that happen here. But check them out. 832-328-5123 is the number. They're located on South Broadway in Pearland. Go support them because they support Barry on Deck. By the way, Donna, she said, yes, the gummies, and you go night-night. So I'm telling you, if you're having trouble sleeping and you just need to relax, try the Hemp Vita CBD gummies. Amazeballs. Okay. We've got 4 minutes left before a break, but we still have we haven't even talked football. No football. We got to talk some football. We have to talk about these Cowboys. What happened? We have to talk about Tom Brady. Fail. We have to talk about Joe Burrow. We need to talk about what's going on in Baltimore. Let's talk about all of it. Or none of it. I don't give a shit. We don't have to talk sports anymore. This is your show too. What's up, Darren Castillo? Yeah, he has a good point. The two people who hold back their teams are Harden and O'Brien. They will never win with those two. High five. Amen. I agree 1,000%. If there were two people in Houston sports right now that need to go, it's those two. 1,000% agree. I'd have kept Mike D'Antoni. I'd have got rid of James Harden. Fact. And Hal said Katie's wrong. And now they're fighting in the chat. And I'm good with that. All right, let me see. One more thing I had for you. Real quick, we'll do this story since it's kind of sportsy, but I don't know if you guys heard this or not. But Conor McGregor was brought in. Now, there's some discrepancy in the verbiage here. His lawyer's kind of pissed off about the verbiage that was used. But Conor McGregor was detained in Corsica for attempted sexual assault. He denies the allegations. His lawyers came out and basically said no charges have been filed against the UFC star. He was detained, he was interviewed and released. But if you hadn't heard, he has been sailing around the Mediterranean on his yacht with his wife, or his fiance, I should say. His fiance, who was his girlfriend, Dee Devlin. They have 2 children together. Apparently, they took a stop in Corsica, and that's when the alleged incident occurred. So it says, following a complaint filed on September 10th denouncing acts that could be described as attempted sexual assault and sexual exhibition, Mr. Conor Anthony McGregor was the subject of a hearing. That was what the prosecutor said. So again, just to update the story to make sure that the correct information is out there according to what's being printed and according to the people like TMZ Sports. He was interviewed and released. Now look, this is a pattern. This is a pattern. He punched an old man in a bar, threw a dolly through a bus. Conor's crazy, man. We know that. When I saw the headline, I was like, okay, I want to be surprised. But as much as the stuff that this guy does outside of the cage, I'm not surprised. I mean, again, this is all allegedly. Doesn't mean that it's true. We'll see what happens if he faces charges. That's it. So yeah, not good. And also, by the way, he's making a hint at a comeback. If you weren't aware, the UFC, the people that do administer the drug testing, he allowed them to come on his boat and drug test him, hinting that maybe he'll be making a comeback. Money must be running low. Money must be getting short. That's all I can say. Let's see. I'm going to do it. We got one more minute. I'm going to see what else is over here in the chat. It looks like y'all are still arguing about the Rockets, and I'm good with that. I'm good with that. No man said every team can't have the greatest 3-point duo to win a ring with small ball. The Rockets ultra small ball is the root problem. I would agree with that too. Here's the thing. Don't confuse small ball with shooting a lot of threes. The Bucks shot a lot of threes. The Golden State Warriors shot a lot of threes. The difference between those teams and the Rockets is they still managed to hang on to a low post presence. I'll tell you this. I don't know whose fault it is to go small ball. I don't know if Daryl Morey and the nerds that do the calculations are the ones that said, okay, Mike, we're getting rid of all the big guys. Clint's gone. We're going small ball. This is it. This is the way we're going to win. No one else is doing this. We can win like this. And they can in the regular season, kind of. I mean, they still finished 4th. But these other teams like the Bucks, like the Warriors, they still had a presence in the middle. They still had the ability to put the ball down low and generate 3-point shots by running it through the post. So let me just, everyone just stop for just a second. And I'm going to make a point here that I think you really need to, that doesn't get focused on. Why? If the difference is, we know the Warriors shoot a lot of threes. We know the Rockets shoot a lot of threes. But the difference was the superstars on the Warriors They weren't always about their numbers. Why do you think iso ball and small ball is being pushed? Daryl Morey in the numbers, probably. Mike D'Antoni likes to get up a lot of shots, probably. But don't think for 1 second, chat, that James Harden doesn't absolutely love iso ball, small ball. Everything funnels through this man. How many times have you watched the Rockets run an offensive set where the shot clock is down to 3 before James either passes or shoots? He's out on the middle of the court. He's doing his dribbles. He's, his step backs and all that bullshit. There's no consistency in the offense. There's no set. It's James, and whatever James decides that trip down the court, that's what's going to happen. And that's the difference between the Rockets small ball and Golden State small ball, is that Golden State would come down. You could get it down to Bogut. He would kick back a pass. There's a lot of movement going on. The Rockets don't move. The Rockets stand around the perimeter. Watch Steph Curry run through picks and screens. You think James is doing that? Fuck no. That requires effort. He's not doing that. James is not an effort guy. He's a me guy. That's the difference between what Golden State does and what the Rockets do. Fact. And that's why, and I saw somebody say this because somebody else asked, well, I think it was Keyshawn Johnson asked somebody, why does it work for Golden State, but it doesn't work for Houston? And you know what the guy's answer was? Because Golden State also commits on the defensive end. And that's the other part of this. James doesn't commit. Nobody else really feels like they have to commit. I mean, PJ Tucker's out there, but goddamn, you got a 6'3" guy guarding a 7-footer. You're not winning that battle. I don't give a shit. PJ Tucker can talk all he wants about how strong and stable his base is, and he's tough. He's not stopping an Anthony Davis. And you saw how many threes the Lakers got up. I'm just telling you that if everything funnels through James Harden in this offense, I don't give a shit. Small ball, super small ball, the Lollipop Guild, I don't give a fuck who's out there on the court. If it's funneling through James, it's never going to work. And that's why he's got to go. All right, we got to get to a break. I don't have a special break video for you. I forgot. Don't kill me. It's going to be a short break. I promise you, 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes max. So do not go anywhere, okay? We're going to take this quick break. I don't even I rarely even use this. So I'm going to go pee-pee. If you got to poop, go poo-poo. We're going to come back in 2 to 3 minutes. Forget what it says on the screen. We're back in a couple of minutes. Go grab a friend. I bet you we can get to 100. I know we're going to dip a little because some of you have ADD and can't sit for 2 to 3 minutes while we take this break, but that's okay. Let's get to 100. Come back. This is Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. I'll see you in about 3 minutes. hour number 2 of Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for sticking through that break. I hope that was short enough. That was just over 3 minutes. Daddy just needed to pee-pee, okay? And sometimes you got to do that. I used to do radio for 3 hours and get a break every 11 minutes and pee damn near every break. So I have retrained the bladder to hold it and only go once an hour now, as opposed to literally every break when I was doing the usual suspects. So it's the sacrifices I make, okay? It is. No, look, see, House, I told you, 3 minutes, buddy. Oh, yeah, early back. So, okay. If you want to keep arguing in the chat about the Rockets, feel free. I'm not going to stop you. But I am going to move on. We spent almost an entire hour. By the way, I think I need to fix the focus here. There we go. We spent almost an entire hour on the Rockets. It needed to be said. It needed to be discussed. So let's switch focus now to some NFL football, shall we? Week 1 is almost in the books. 2 games tonight. If you weren't aware, Steelers, Giants, Titans, Broncos. So we've got a squabble amongst the deckheads, right? You've got Titan Hugo and Jeff Bell, who had paid to have the lights back there turned on, orange and blue. And by the way, hours up, back to yellow, back to pediatric cancer awareness. That's the default. But let's talk about week 1. If I asked you, chat, what was the bigger surprise this weekend? Was it the Jags beating the Colts, or was it the Washington football team beating the Eagles? If those are your 2 choices, Jags beat the Colts, or the Washingtons beat the Eagles. That's what I'm just going to call them, the Washingtons. Oh, look at that. I have an E in NFL. Shut up, White Magic. I was in a hurry, all right? That's not, yeah, it's the National Football League, okay? Shut up, White Magic. Bigger surprise, though. Jags, the Washingtons. I think you got to go Jags, right? I mean, look, this is a team that everyone just had already penciled in for the number 1 pick. They might win 3 games. They're the absolute shit laughing stock of the NFL. And then the Jags took the field and said, fuck around and find out. And Gardner Minshew, but for a night, didn't have the prettiest numbers. 19 of 20, 173 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, you only throw for 173. QBR of 73.3, which ain't bad. Sacked 4 times. 19 of 20, though. Lots of dinking and dunking, and I think that's all you really want. You don't want to give this man too much. But that's a big surprise. That's a good early win. Still don't think the Jags are going to do shit. Still not worried about them. I think what it says more than anything is what is this Colts team about? After week 1, you kind of look at this. Now, I don't know what the Titans are going to do tonight. I have a feeling that they're going to come out and have a good showing. I still don't know if I believe in Ryan Tannehill as a leader, as a quarterback that can lead them to the promised land. But Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry. Well, right now, based on week 1, it's the Titans division. And they hadn't even played yet. Because the Colts look like shit, and that was supposed to be who was going to give them a run for this division. So that's a big deal. Other scores, if you missed it, obviously Texans lose to the Chiefs. Packers beat the Vikings. Sorry, Chris Householder. But yeah, that was a shellacking, as they would say in the Midwest. Boy, we gave them a shellacking. I don't know if that's really how they. Aaron Rodgers threw for 364 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, had a 93 QBR. No surprise he outdueled Kirk Cousins. But, man, if they're getting along in Green Bay now, if Aaron Rodgers and Andy LaFleur are getting along, maybe this yoga shit works. Maybe I should try yoga. It appears to have made Aaron Rodgers an entirely new man. Or it might just be he's not with Danica Patrick anymore. Maybe she was, the fall of man is woman. Okay, That was inappropriate. That wasn't right. What? Who said that? I'm joking. Of course I'm joking. Behind every good man is a better woman, is what you want me to tell you. That's not true. Oh, I'm going to be in so much trouble if Jenny's mom was still here. She didn't raise me to say these things. I was raised by a woman to open doors for women, to appreciate women. But sometimes, ladies, y'all can fuck some shit up in a man's life. Well, let's just be real. I'm not suggesting that Danica Patrick was the reason Aaron Rodgers was struggling. It probably was more egos between him and LaFleur. But Reverend Householder said, don't get too high. That Viking secondary is bad. I didn't think they were that bad. Honest to God. I mean, look, it's probably a combination of both because Aaron can pick you apart. Yeah, look, Jeremy says the Danica curse is gone. See? That's a legit possibility. All right. Some other scores. Ravens beat the Browns 38-6. Oof. Man. Lamar Jackson picks up right where he left off. I mean, boy, it's going to be a fun season watching him play again. A fun season. Baker Mayfield threw for 189 yards. OBJ, 3 catches, 22 yards, no poop. Raiders beat the Panthers 34-30. The Bills beat the Jets 27-17. I told you about the Washingtons beating the Eagles. A lot of people were high on the Eagles heading into the season, and I just said I didn't see it. And that was a microcosm of what I thought their season was going to be. Carson Wentz can play. I don't believe in him, and I don't believe in a lot of that squad. So I don't know. I mean, that's going to be, keep an eye on the Eagles because the Cowboys are legitimately in position to run away. Despite what happened in their game, I think they're in position to run away with that division easily. Jags beat the Colts. Bears beat the Lions. Seahawks beat the Falcons. Chargers beat the Bengals. Joe Burrow looked good, though. Not great. I mean, he had to come back. He led his team to a comeback. Didn't work out. Bucks dropped one to the Saints. Tom Brady looked old. I mean, he made mistakes. Didn't go well. Drew Brees didn't look old. That was a good matchup. I enjoyed watching that game. It started off a little rough. It got fun. I think one thing, though, I'm trying to pull up the box score here. There it is. You gotta be, to me, and this is just me, and you Saints fans, Clarence, Walt, Amos, you guys would know better than me. I don't keep up with the Saints like that, just like I don't keep up with the Cowboys. But I'm looking at the box score. Alvin Kamara, 12 carries for 16 yards. Are you worried at all about Kamara? Murray rushes 15 carries for 48 yards. Kamara did have 51 yards in the passing game. But overall, you got to be a little worried if Latavius Murray was your leading rusher and you just handed the bank to Alvin Kamara. Look, if I pull up last year, if I recall, statistically, he didn't have a great year last year. 2019. He played in 14 games. He rushed for 797 yards. He averaged 4.7 a carry, 5 touchdowns. Those types of numbers don't warrant what he got paid. His 3 seasons as a Saint, 728 yards, 883 yards, 797 yards rushing. Now, when you look at yards receiving, 826, 709, and 533. Yeah, I'm a little worried about Alvin Kamara if I'm a Saints fan. What say you? I'm trying to see here. So Clarence says, no, I'm going to say this for every game they need preseason. Okay. There were other guys that rushed for 100 yards that didn't need preseason. Hell, Malcolm Brown didn't need preseason in that Rams game. Sorry, Cowboys. I mean, look. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a goddamn rookie, and he didn't need preseason. Of course, he got, that was like a bye week playing the Texans, but I'd be a little worried about Kamara. I'm not saying that he's going to shit the bed and not be good again, but that's a bit troublesome. That's a bit, if Latavius Murray was your leading rusher and you just handed the bank, I don't know. And Drew Brees, 18 of 30, 160 yards. He didn't kill it, but he didn't make mistakes like Tom Brady. It was the battle of two old guys, and one old guy made more mistakes than the other guy. Tom Brady, listen to this box score for Tom Brady. 23 of 36, 239 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, sacked 3 times, a 34.6 QBR. Blah. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and by the way, I did miss that, but you're right, Katie. Kyler Murray balled out. That young man was getting it. D-Hop balled out. If you're a Texans fan, you have got to be like, really? I saw a photo. Someone posted it on the Discord server for the show, and it was Cobb, Fuller, and Cooks had less catches and yards than D-Hop. This is going to be what every week. It's going to be D-Hop versus the entire receiving corps for the Texans. And if I made you choose right now, who would have the better year? If you could, is it D-Hop or the field? Meaning the entire receiving corps. Who's going to have more yards receiving for the year? D-Hop or the Texans team? Like I said, I didn't think that DeAndre Hopkins would finish top 10 in receiving yards this year. I made that bet with White Magic. After week 1, it looks like I'm owing him $50. Because God damn it, he balled out. And a lot of y'all would take D-Hop over the Texans receiving corps. And I wouldn't be mad at you because they can't stay healthy. By the way, can I just shout out, we talked about, I gotta show you guys my shirt here. This is my St. Jude shirt. I bought this on their website. You can buy this shirt. I forget how much it is. It was like maybe $30, $20. I don't remember. But St. Jude sells these shirts and the money goes to St. Jude's and pediatric cancer. And, obviously it's Pediatric Cancer Research Month, but this actually came this week. So I was excited about that. But if you're always looking for someone or something to support a cause, a charity, look into St. Jude's. Do your research on them. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. But I'm loving the shirt. And it's dope. It's dope. So I just had to rock it today. The Cowboys do not blow underrated mess. Listen, let's talk Cowboys for a second. Let's talk about that game last night. Let me get the box score up here. There were some, here's the silver lining in what happened to the boys last night. One, the Rams looked and played better than I thought they would. Jared Goff, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Malcolm Brown, 18 carries, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. Defensively, though, the Rams got after the Cowboys. But I'll say this. Dak's box score, 25 of 39, 266 yards, 1 touchdown, sacked 3 times, QBR of 73. Zeke ran for 96 yards with 22 carries and a touchdown. You had some game mismanagement on the part of Mike McCarthy. You had a questionable interference call. When a team like the Cowboys lose a game like that and you watch it, they beat themselves. The Cowboys didn't necessarily lose to the Rams. They lost to themselves, in my opinion. But what I would ask you, Cowboy fans, is who are you going to blame? Mike McCarthy, you could have tied the game up. You had the option to go for the tie. You chose not to do that. In seasons past, you blamed the clapping ginger, right? Jason Garrett was the scapegoat for a game like this. Garrett can't coach. Get him out of here. Well, now what? This is one game in, and I feel like if Mike McCarthy does a better job of managing the game, and, I don't know. I think in week 1, the coaching move backfired. Does Jason Garrett win that game? I don't know. But you can't blame him anymore. You got a new coach. You got a proven guy. What did KD say? Yeah, Jalen Ramsey is a great actor. Well, he's also a great corner. It was questionable. I won't say right or wrong. I have no opinion on it. But I'll say this, Cowboy fans. KD, Crystal Collins, everybody else, Total Dallas. Let me ask you honestly, nope. Stop typing. Stop typing, KD. Stop typing, Crystal. Total Dallas, put down your typewriter. If the roles were reversed, if that was Robert Woods, and he does that, as Cowboy fans, you would have wanted that PI call. You know you would. If the roles were reversed, if that was a Rams receiver and a Cowboys defender, and he created separation like that, albeit, you can call it hand fighting, but as soon as you extend that arm, and they talk about that, as soon as your arm gets extended, they're going to call it every time. And that's exactly what he did. He created just that separation, just enough to warrant the flag. It was questionable, absolutely questionable. But if that would have been a Rams receiver, you would have wanted that call. So we'll see if you guys can admit it. I blame Cooper for dropping the direct pass. Okay. Cowboys, go pound sand. Okay. That was PI, no doubt, but y'all are funny. Fuck Ramsey. I've been down on McCarthy since they took him. Cowboys are who we thought they are, 8-8. No, the Cowboys will be better than 8-8. Cowboys are going to be a 10-win team at least. The ref called the right penalty. A wide receiver can't extend his arm on a push-off. Kyle Wood disagrees. Nobody uses a typewriter anymore. Total Dallas does. What he does is he types in his chat messages, and then he faxes them to Crystal Collins, and then she types them in to the chat for him. That's how he does it. Ramsey hooked his arm. Yeah. I know you want to blame the referees, Cowboy fans, and you do understand that every team in the NFL in every game gets screwed on a call. It's just a fact, whether it's a missed holding call or an egregious holding call. But when I have to sit here and some of my best, I sound like a guy trying to just said something racist. Some of my best friends are black. Some of my best friends are Cowboys fans. But to listen to Cowboy fan complain game after game when they lose because the refs screwed them, you guys realize it gets old. It's almost like crying wolf. At some point, can you just objectively look at that and say, if that was a Rams receiver, you would have wanted the same call? And if you didn't get it, you'd have been pissed about it? Can you just objectively say that? That's all I'm asking. And Crystal, you know I love you, but I'm not going to look through what color. What are the Cowboys colors? Through blue and silver glasses? I'm not going to do that. I wouldn't do it for the Texans. I'm not going to do it for the Rockets. I'm not going to do it for the Cowboys. Was it questionable? Yes. If it was reversed, would you want the call? Yes. Yes. So, and please stop calling them the Cowgirls fans. That's just so childish. It's so lame. That was funny the first time they used it 50 years ago. It has not been funny since. Just like saying Dallas, D-A-L-L-A-S-S, or Astros, A-S-S-T-R-O-S. We're all adults. We don't need to make fun of their names. All right. It seems like there's a bunch of bickering going on. I'm going to keep the show moving. By the way, they asked Tom Brady about his sex life, which why you would ask Tom Brady about sex life, I don't know. But Brady got candid about getting intimate with his wife, Gisele Bündchen, during a recent episode of The Armchair Expert. Dak Shepard inquired about their sex life. the NFL quarterback. He said, I'm going to ask Dak said, I'm going to ask a single Howard Stern-esque question. And that is, do you make love to your wife on game day or is that off the table? And he wanted him to be honest, to which Brady responded, oh man, that's probably off the table. I wouldn't say it's probably never happened, but I don't think that would be the moment. I've never understood that. And I know they say, oh, it drains your energy. I mean, look, you're just banging it out. What's the big deal? Some people are like, yeah, they get hyped after that. The night before, now day of, maybe not. But the question was, do you make love to your wife on game day? So maybe that's the no. But the night before, if you get a good banging in, man, you're going to sleep like a baby. You don't even need Hemp Vita CBD gummies. You get a good banging in, you're going to sleep like a baby. That would be my thing. I would bang it out the night before. Yeah, no, we'll wait until after the game day of. Hey, but props to Dax for asking the tough question and Tom skirting the issue a little bit. I mean, he kind of did answer. I don't know. He's not very much further removed from it possibly not working. He's that old. I don't know. If your wife was a supermodel, which mine is, she should be, could be. It's got to make it hard not to, right? I don't know. Seems interesting. Okay, can we move on from sports? Have we done enough sports? Have I sporched the show up enough? Is this... Mondays will be like this on most occasions. We got a lot of sports over the weekends. Mondays, and we didn't even talk college football. Can I be honest with you? I didn't give a shit about college football. I don't. Does anyone else care about college football? I don't know why, but I don't care. And the reason is I don't care about conference champions. I don't give a shit that, the ACC is playing itself, that the SEC is playing itself. That's not fun to me. You put Notre Dame in a conference, don't give a fuck. I really don't care about college football this year. I don't care. Don't care. So you're probably not going to get it. And I get it. Some of you guys are huge. Like Donna's a huge LSU fan. So, okay. Me, though, if there's not going to be a national champion, if there's not going to be a playoff, if there's not going to be that, this feels like the old... It feels like, yeah, that's the perfect words, Liebeshock. And by the way, welcome to the chat and the show. Good to see you, buddy. Shock has it perfect. There's nothing at stake. That's the problem. That is perfectly well put, Shock. There's nothing on the line. If Bama loses, who gives a fuck? If they, they could lose to Auburn and then beat LSU and then they're not worried about it. It's not the same. It's just not the same. And I'm with you, D, even though you used, man, what's that noise? Even though you used all caps again. Deanna said I do hook them. I could care less about the caps lock. It's not college football season until the SEC plays. Oh my God. As a lifelong fan of an SEC team now, the Aggies, y'all's SEC, like who chants for a conference? SEC, SEC. That's so fucking weird. So weird. Don't do that. All right, that's enough sports. Get out of here, sports talk. Out of here. Let's talk about, listen, this is about to get weird. So I'm going to tell you right now, at least I warned you last time we started looking at sex toys on Amazon with no warning. I'm warning you, it's about to get weird and creepy and uncomfortable. So you have exactly 10 seconds to do something about it, okay? You can leave the show. You can put in your headphones if you're at work. Whatever it is, but it's about to get pretty fucking creepy, okay? You've been warned. 4, 3, 2. Let's talk about this ASMR. And if you don't know what that is, I Googled it. I'm going to explain to you why this is important in just a second. So, ASMR is the autonomous sensory meridian response. It is a tingling sensation that typically begins on the scalp and moves down the back of the neck and upper spine. A pleasant form of paresthesia? Paresthesia? I don't know. It has been compared with auditory tactile synesthesia and may overlap with frisson. I don't know what any of that shit means. I don't know what that means. Yes, truck driver Pookie said, I always get nasty in the pickup line. Bro, I've been doing that since the Suspects. Okay, anyways, ASMR signifies the subjective experience of low-grade euphoria characterized by a combination of positive feelings and a distinct static-like tingling sensation on the skin. I don't know what the fuck any of that means. I'm just trying to define this for you. It's fucking weird, okay? Whiskey makes me ASMR. So here's the deal. Let me explain this. Let me set this up. I'm going to stop looking at the chat because I'll be distracted. When it comes to ASMR, this is my first real experience with ASMR this weekend, and I wanted to share it with you. I was making a video for TikTok that involved Oliver. I had recorded him yawning, and then he started to clean himself, and I thought, wow, it would be really funny if I put his yawn to a lion roar and then had an overly produced, overdone licking sound. Okay? This was the video that I made with Oliver. Okay? That's what I made. That's it. That was the video I made of Oliver. Okay? So I found the lion roar, put it in there, and then got the licking sound. So to get the licking sound, that over the top, I went to YouTube and I Googled licking sound. And that was a mistake. Because this AMR stuff popped up. And this is the video. I'm gonna share my screen here. Hold on. This is the video that popped up. And I'm going to tell you right now, okay? It's about to get fucking creepy in here. This is a video of just fucking listen. This is what I used. This is literally where I got the audio to make Oliver sound like he was licking himself. This is so fucking weird. KK. Yeah, KK, if this is your first time, you really joined at the wrong moment. I told everybody it was going to be weird. So if you missed it, you missed it. Now, that is ASMR, kind of. So I went to that channel. All right, let me go back here. The ASMR collection. This is so let's look at this one first. This is called Cooking in Nature ASMR with Positive Affirmations. Check this shit out. What?
You are who you are, and you are special because of it. So don't be thinking about other people and what they're doing, because that's what they're doing. That has nothing to do with you.
All right, settle down, hippie. You are who you are. You are who you are, and you are special, so don't be thinking about other people. I'm out in the fucking field cooking, talking to this microphone for some ad clicks. What the fuck? That is the weirdest shit. I don't understand this. Does anybody, by the way, my mic still in the shot there? There we go. Can someone explain this to me? Does anyone actually like use this? Is this like Beneficial? Is this beneficial? So here we go. I'm going to show you their intro. Cece, thank you for the super chat. She said, boy, I asked the bar to come here at the wrong time. Yeah, it got fucking weird, didn't it? It got weird as shit. But look at the intro to this video. Check this shit out. Look. This is my favorite part. Look at their disclaimer. Look at the disclaimer. Sexualization of this video will not be tolerated. Any non-consented sexualization of this video will be reported. These videos are made for an audible experience that is meant to relieve stress and other medical conditions. We are not liable for any sexualization of this video. Any sexualization is created by the viewer. Our content is to create a pleasant, family-friendly... See, no worries, guys. This is all family-friendly, audible experience. But what's crazy is if you look down in the description, they list their OnlyFans accounts. So yeah, don't make it sexual, but make sure you follow us on our Not Safe for Work OnlyFans account. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. So here we go. Here's the, this is the cooking guy.
So today,
what?
I drove out to this nice place and I've been fishing off the bank of the river.
He's cutting hot dogs.
And as you can see, I caught so many fish that I had to throw them all back and come back and make hot dog chili instead.
Oh my God, this is so weird. Now, there was one more that I just wanted to... This is so weird. They're licking glass. What the fuck is this? Guys, seriously. What the fuck is this? Now watch the intro again. Watch the intro again. Yeah, we know. This isn't going to be sexual. Watch.
Hey guys, Echo of ASMR. I'm here today with Bonnie. We're going to do some glass licking today, so let's get started.
Yeah, we're... What the fuck? So that's what I did for 7 hours this weekend. I mean, you know, for research purposes, for the show. Just, you know, just to see that. I always thought ASMR was like when they would take, like the one chick that eats pickles. Have you guys seen that? Have you seen that? They have one chick that eats pickles. She crunches pickles into the microphone, and that's supposedly ASMR. That would drive me fucking crazy. You crunch something like that? Nope. Don't worry, I'm done, Fidel. It's creepy as fuck. It really was creepy. Some of you got aroused. Some of you got creeped the fuck out. It creeped me out, but I was like, oh, this is too weird not to share this on the show. So strange. But that, I stumbled across that making this video of Oliver. Which, I don't know where the music came from, by the way. Did you hear the licking? Did you hear it now? Yeah, I put that on my TikTok. I had nothing. I needed TikTok. Oh God, Reverend said it flooded his basement. Good Lord. So Marsha said, OB, there's this one Korean mukbang channel I watch. It is next level. What the fuck is mukbang? Mukbang. What is mukbang? Mukbang. I'm probably saying that wrong. A mukbang, also spelled mukbang, M-E-O-K bang, and also known as eating show, is an online audio-visual broadcast in which a host consumes large quantities of food while interacting with the audience. It became popular in South Korea in 2010, and since it's become a worldwide trend. So you just fucking eat? So people just watch you eat? Marsha, that's it. Kyle said Korean mukbangs, they're actually so awesome. guys know about this? I've never heard of this in my life. Look at PK's like, mukbang! Okay, you know what? Let's just do it. This was unplanned. This is unplanned. What's the mukbang channel? What is it? Marsha, post it. I'll go there right now. We'll pull it up and I'll fucking look at it and give you my, I swear to you, I've never seen this in my life. Get with the times, old man. How am I the last one to learn about the fucking mukbang? Now, this picture of this mukbang, that's questionable. If you send me to a porn site, Marsha, this is a mukbang? That looks like a fucking gangbang. That looks like a fucking chickens had a gangbang or some shit. KK said mukbangs are the worst. What is it? Like, I want to see now. No, it's not the Korean blue waffle, Shock. Don't Google that, you guys. Marsha, what's the mukbang? This is the best day ever. All of us in the bar watching BOD. What's a fucking... Oh, can I curse, Crystal? Am I allowed to curse at the bar? Please tell me in the chat if I can curse. Marsha, what's the mukbang channel you watch? I need to know this. We're looking this shit up. I'm so late to the mukbang train. Kiss my ass, Wallace. I'm okay. You think I searched for this weird ass shit on the... You know what? I'm just going to go to YouTube and type in mukbang. I'm waiting on Marsha too long. Let's go. YouTube. Can I curse, by the way, Crystal? You never said. YouTube mukbang. Did Marsha give an answer? She just said you have to move ahead. Here, let's... Okay. Second one down. Let's go. Okay, so they're gonna make all the food first. So this is where you said I gotta move ahead.
테이블 03 테이블입니다. 반갑습니다.
Nice to meet you too, buddy.
네, 오늘은 이쪽에서부터
Oh goddamn, that's a lot of shrimp.
떠서 먹는 떡볶이 피자, 치즈 퐁듀, 직접 만든 양념 치킨,
alright.
그리고 명랑 핫도그까지 한번
That corn dog looks
준비해봤습니다. 그럼
delicious.
오늘도 정말 맛있게 먹겠습니다.
Alright, come on, just start eating, bro. What? Oh my god!
와, 양념이 진짜 너무 맛있게 잘 뱄어요.
That's so fucking annoying! Is that mashed potatoes? That looks delicious.
치즈 퐁듀랑도 진짜 잘
That's not mashed potatoes. Cheese fondue? Oh, what? Oh, he just deep throat. Oh my god! That guy is a professional. Wow! He just... What the fuck is going on? I want to see him swallow this corn dog whole. Guys, this is the weirdest shit. You guys watch this, Marsha? I feel like this is porn for fat people. I really do. And I'm not judging. I feel like that was porn for fat people. Like, I could just see, like, one of my fat cousins at the house just jerking it to that. That was disgusting. I can't stand... I remember I almost got in a fight with a guy at my office once because he used to crunch every day. He would show up. We were in an open cubed environment, right? Everybody has their cube. And I would sit there and I would go get my lunch. I would come back and he would be sitting in his cube a few cubes over. And all you could hear is this motherfucker would eat carrots or apples or celery or potato chips every day. He would have something that would just be the loudest, crunchiest shit he could find at his house. And for those of you that don't know, I don't know what the affliction is where you can't listen to people crunch because it drives you nuts. For example, my wife and sister-in-law were here at the house. We had breakfast Sunday morning. I went and got them taqueria around us, and they got chips. And they all set up at the kitchen table, and I went to the living room. They're like, where are you going? And I said, y'all are about to eat chips. I can't sit here and eat and listen to y'all crunch for 30 minutes. So I had to go in the other room. That's how bad it is for me. So this guy is crunching every day. And I finally had enough. And you guys, if you know me well enough, you'll know that I'm kind of passive aggressive. Once I get it, once I had enough, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. I get past the passive and I'm like passive, very aggressive. So this is at Halliburton. I walk over to the guy mid-lunch, and he's over there just and I walk to his cube, and I boop, boop, boop. I tap him on the shoulder. Excuse me. Quick question for you. I said, every day I listen to you come into this cube at lunch and crunch your food. Do you have any quiet food at the house that you could bring for a couple of weeks and give me a fucking break? Do you have any quiet food at the house? And the guy was just like, huh? He brought soup and sandwiches for a month. But the problem was the fucking soup. He'd be like, oh, that's a different noise, but it's the same shit. I can't do it. And one of my cube mates was like, you're an asshole. I was like, man, fuck that guy. That's rude. You don't sit there in a cubed environment and crunch your fucking chips and your carrots as loud as you can. You chew your shit like a horse. It's not a cud, it's a carrot. The only worst people in the world in an office environment, bar none. I need to find the picture. By the way, I have videos of this lady I call Dog Lady. I used to work with this lady who would, every day she would bring her lunch, and she would have, I'm going to get back to all this, I promise. But every day she would bring her lunch. I wish I could find the videos. I'll try to find, you guys have to keep reminding me about Dog Lady. I may not post them here, but I'll post them on the Discord. I won't put her on blast on YouTube, but I'll find the Dog Lady videos and put them on the Discord server. But I used to call this lady Dog Lady because she would bring her lunch every day. And then when she was done, she would lick the bowls clean. Like, no shit. She would have the bowl and she would sit at her cube and just be like lick the whole bowl clean. If she had like a yogurt, she would take the lid, which, look, we all lick the lid on the yogurt, right? That's acceptable. But then she'd sit there and she would get her finger in the yogurt and get every fucking morsel out of the yogurt. Lick the bowls, lick the spoons. She fucking licked everything clean. It looked like a dog licking a bowl. So I called her Dog Lady. And then my buddy that I worked with didn't believe me, so I recorded it. And that's why I have a copy of it, because I was like, yo, you should see Dog Lady. She's a freak. It's hilarious. So I got the videos. I'll try to post those on the Discord server. Back to the worst people in the office. Loud eaters is number 2. If you crunch your shit, you're the second worst person in your office, and everyone fucking hates you, Samantha. Everyone hates you for crunching your shit, Frank. But the number one asshole, male or female, y'all know when I curse, it's not gender specific. Dudes can be bitches, chicks can be douchebags and assholes. My curse words don't have a gender. They don't see sexuality. Not sexuality. They don't see sex and gender. The number one biggest asshole in the office is fingernail clipper person. Oh my God. You ever been at the office and you're doing your fucking work and then all of a sudden you start hearing, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you? First of all, you're not even collecting them. You got fucking fingernails flying all over the office. They're in the carpet. They're on your desk. That's number one, nasty. Because some of y'all don't wash your hands and your nails under there are probably dirty as shit. Number two, the noise alone is the worst. When my wife's like, oh, I'm going to do my nails, I'm like, cool, I'm going to go do the yard. I can't be in the house with you clicking and shit with the blip, 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 blip. Nope, can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. So just so we're clear, okay? Just so we're clear, chat. Just so we're clear, anyone watching this later, if you clip your fingernails at your office, in your cube, or at your desk, you are a fucking asshole. And your coworkers hate your guts and hope you get diarrhea at the next potluck. I'm just telling you right now. I hope Sharon gets diarrhea because that bitch clips her nails in her cube. That's a fact. That is a fact. Fact. Who in the chat clips your nails? Go ahead. Who in there? I guarantee you. I guarantee you. What is this? Charles, no one's clipping their toenails. If a motherfucker clipped their toenails at the office, that would be fight time. Okay? That would be fight time. Absolutely fight time. Where is this? What am I missing here? Marsha said I was eating lunch when the nails started clipping. Yeah. Guy I worked with a long time ago used to eat peanuts and throw the shells on the floor like he was at the roadhouse. Sean, that's fucked up. What a dick. I was eating lunch. Let's see. I know a guy that once brought a coworker 5 approved by him perfumes because he didn't like the one she used. That's great. That is fucking hilarious. All right. There's a couple of other things I wanted to talk about. This company, they're called Babe. They are selling scented candles that remind you of the football season. Except the problem is the scented candles include $18 nachos, #field goals, and a scented candle that smells like jockstraps. Oh, yeah. No, that's a thing. This is not a made up thing, chat. This is a real website. Look, I'm going to go to it right now. Look, this is the actual website. Here we go. Hold on. Close this. This is drinkbabe.net. And if you go to merch and you go to sports, they literally are selling jockstrap scented candles. Look what it says. Light this candle and be immediately transported to the locker room of your favorite football team. Did you hear that sound? They're doing the sexy towel snapping thing. So for $29, your house can smell like a locker room. I don't understand. I don't understand the shit that people buy. I really don't. I don't get it. Who's buying this? Who wants their house to smell like a sweaty taint? Who's like, you know what this needs? My house needs to smell like a defensive lineman's ball sack. That's what this house needs. I need my house to smell. I need my house to oh my God. So it apparently the $18 nachos, and let me pull up the article here. It talks about the scents. I wanted to find those for you. The freshly cut grass for the fields is the hashtag one. And then it says, surprisingly, spilled beer and sweat were not included. And a male deodorant musk is what the jockstrap smells like. I don't know if you've ever smelled a jockstrap, but it doesn't smell like male deodorant or musk. It smells like 3-day-old balls. And I don't think anyone has captured that scent yet. But guys know. Guys do the cup check. Every guy, listen. A lot of truths being told on this show today. Don't let the people in the chat fool you. Every guy in chat has done the cup check at least once. Every guy in here, every guy in the chat, me included, every guy in here, you get up under, ladies, if you don't know what a cup check is, you just kind of get up under the balls a little bit. It's time to shower. It happens. It happens. Just wait. Look, Sergio talking about, look, see, Justin knows facts. Truck driver Pookie trying to make these stupid ass puns. Not going to allow it. This show really stinks today. No, Marsha, it's true. Now, do ladies not do cup checks? Maybe a taint check? Booty check? I don't know what y'all do. I don't know. Virginia Butt Wade said, I'm going to get the jockstrap candle for my mother-in-law and change the label. You should. You should be like a field of daisies. And then she's like, this smells like your Uncle Frank when I blow him. What is this? God, this is awful. It's just the worst. People are weird, man. $30 for a candle to smell like a man's taint. I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. But now, next question. And we're almost out of time. This will be the last thing for the day. Last thing for the day. What did I miss? It looks like Luis Salan. He said, guys do a cup check, ladies do a clam check. I love it. Clam check. That's it. That is it. That is beautiful, Luis Salan. Well done. All right. Would you guys eat this? Would you guys eat a Reese's peanut butter cup that instead of Reese's Pieces or just peanut butter had potato chips in the middle? Would you eat it? It's the big cup Reese's with potato chips. Who's doing it? Who's eating it? 1,000% I would try this. Listen, I have put all of my faith, all of my belief in Reese's, all of it. I'm not a very religious man, but if you made me choose, I'm praying to the Reese's God. I was thinking about this the other day. I think I like peanut butter more than I like chocolate. But the combination, there is something about Reese's peanut butter and chocolate. There is something about the cups, the pieces, I have a bag of Reese's candy in my pantry that just all the time. It's got the Nutrageous. Shut up, chat. No ball jokes. No Barry eats balls jokes. It's got the Nutrageous. It's got the Reese's, the filled Reese's. It's got the regular Reese's. It's got when I buy peanut butter at the store, if they don't have Reese's peanut butter, I don't buy peanut butter. I would try those. Now, I may not like them. Donna, is that a game changer? Katie wants me to do an ASMR with the Reese's. I'll do it. Bro, don't make me. Don't make me. Yeah, that's why I can't, because the diet's going so well. Not going great, Clarence. Not going great. The discipline is just at an all-time low. It's all in the shitter. I did today. I had Weight Watchers for lunch. I didn't eat breakfast. I had Weight Watchers for lunch. If I didn't have a bunch of shit to do, I'd probably go for a run. That seems to be my big problem is exercise. And food. And lazy. But other than that, I'm the epitome of health. I would 1,000% try this though. Reese's peanut butter cups with chips in the middle. Now, again, I'm not saying I would like it, but I would try it. But here's the thing. Like the sweet and the salty, that's where it's at. And I wasn't a believer in that until I had chocolate covered bacon. Oh, so good. So good. So listen. I will try them. I hope they come out. I don't know. I'm hungry. I don't know. We'll see. That's it. Listen, we got to get out of here. It is 3:57. I don't know why that cuts off every time. What a sportsy day. almost an hour and a half of nothing but sports. And then it got weird with the ASMR and the food. That was fun. I hope you guys had a good time today. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. KK, it's nice to meet you. Welcome to the family. I have to go. It's 4 o'clock, Crystal. Tell everyone at the bar. What's the bar's name? I'll plug them right now on YouTube. Hurry up, Crystal. What's the bar name? Put it in the chat. Thank you all for listening. You guys know the deal. Hurry, Crystal. Get it in there. Come on, Crystal. Come on, you can do it, Crystal. What's the name of the bar? Trying to do this outro. The Kidney Ice House. Kirby. What's up to everybody at the Kirby Ice House? Thanks for hanging out. Until tomorrow, be safe, be kind, and most importantly, love each other. I'll see you tomorrow. Daddy's making a YouTube video!